Good morning and welcome back to Withrow Urban Homestead. Today is April 7th and it's time to winter sow our sweet peppers, my absolute favorite vegetable to grow. We're going to use this plastic water jug and make a mini greenhouse to start our hot weather summer loving sweet peppers outside now in the cold, not inside under lights like I normally do. Every year I start my sweet peppers inside under lights, mid-February. Then I plant them out into the garden mid-May. But this year I'm going to start them using winter sowing. And I'm following the Maryland Extension's office schedule suggestion. And they said heat-loving summer vegetables and flowers should be winter sown in April. Sweet peppers need temperatures 75 to 85 to germinate. They do require warmth. Now, this is going to make a little mini greenhouse, and when it hits the right temperature, then the seeds will germinate. Indoors, that's about 4 to 7 days. Here outside in the cold, I don't know how long they're going to take. Daytimes are in the 40s right now, and night times are in the 30s, and tomorrow night it's going to be 27. So I suspect they're going to take at least 2 or 3 weeks to germinate. This variety is an heirloom. It's Ivarsky sweet red peppers. They're an Italian grilling pepper. They're about 6 to 7 inches long, tapered and thin-walled. They're great for cooking, stuffing, and grilling. I've grown these for many years using my own saved seeds. I love my sweet peppers. Normally I start my seeds on heat mats, my pepper seeds, and I grow my pepper plants on heat mats. So I don't expect these to get very tall outside by the time we plant them out. Typically, we plant them out Mother's Day. I like to start them in soil blocks and then pot them up into 4-inch pots. And let them keep growing until I harden them off at the beginning of May. But this year I want to do something easy. I don't want to start seeds indoors in the house because my husband Dale is going to soon have a liver transplant. And at the time I was planning when to sow seeds, we didn't know when the transplant would happen. Now we have a date. It's going to be at the end of May. So I should be able to plant these out into the garden before his surgery. But I didn't want to start seeds inside and have to take care of them and watering, and I didn't want that soil smell in the house. And I've been busy doing a lot of prep work, cooking, cleaning the house, switching out the downstairs to make a recovery bedroom for him on the first floor. It's been a really busy time for me. What's nice about winter sowing is they mostly take care of themselves. See the jugs out there? I've only had to water them 2 or 3 times. Most of the time, the rain has been enough to keep them moist. It's a lot less work for me. And the seeds germinate and grow, and the ones that survive are really tough. They're a lot stronger. I've done this before. I think I did winter sowing about 10 years ago. And it was very successful. Well, hopefully this time will be just as successful. Like normal, I'm putting 3 seeds together, and later, if more than one seed germinates, I can thin them out to 1 seedling. I don't plan to pot these up. I'm just going to leave them in this jug until they're ready to be hardened off. I do expect them to be smaller than what I typically grow in the house. Sweet peppers need to be planted out 2 to 4 weeks after the last frost. Here in north central Maryland, our last frost is typically around April 30th. So that means the earliest they can be planted out is Mother's Day, mid-May. Sweet peppers do not like the cold. They don't like cold nights. They like nights at least 55 degrees or up. I get a double harvest from my sweet peppers. They set fruit, and those are harvested typically, I think, July. Then they'll set fruit again, and those are harvested until the first frost. I used to grow around 40 pepper plants, but this is a very small garden. Front and back altogether, it's only 600 square feet. And for that reason, I don't need to grow 40 pepper plants. 20 is really better for me when I space them properly. 40, they're too crowded. And for peppers, hang on, let me check my notes. You want to space your peppers, where is it? 18 inches to 24 inches apart. So typically I do 18 inches apart, and I get such big yields. Now I'm just going to lightly cover the seeds with soil, just 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to pat it down well to make good moisture contact with the seeds. I'm using Pro Mix Organic Garden potting soil, but any potting soil will work. I've already mixed it with water, and I keep it in the house because I want it to stay warm. When we're finished, this soil will go back in the house. Now we want to tape it up, and I'm going to use sticky Gorilla duct tape. That's going to help it hold in the moisture and the warmth, just like a little greenhouse. Took the lid off because you want rain to be able to get in. And remember those drainage holes. Now this is hard plastic, and it's best to use a drill when putting in the drainage holes. And really press the tape on well, because you don't want any gaps in the tape for the moisture to escape, and then the soil will dry out. And write the name. And it's best to use a garden marker that's designed not to fade in the sun, like this one. It's tempting to use a Sharpie, but this won't last. It will fade. And then you're not going to know what you planted. I'm experienced. I would recognize the seedling, but some people new to gardening, it'll make them confused. And just leave it. Check it once in a while to make sure it hasn't dried out. But it's cold and rainy. It's not going to dry anytime soon. 2 weeks ago when we had a hot spell, yeah, I did have to check them. And they've all germinated, all except the parsley. I'm going to do an update on all the winter sown veggies and flowers soon. and come back and check the progress of our winter sown sweet peppers and our other flowers and veggies. Thank you for visiting Withrow Urban Homestead. See you later. Bye-bye.